Imagine this. It's Monday morning. You open your banking app and your stomach drops. Your account balance is lower than you thought, way lower. Rent's due, a few automatic subscriptions just hit, you're left with $42, 0 cents and change, and the week hasn't even started. You close the app, you sigh, you think to yourself, how is everyone else doing this? If you've ever had that moment, I've got something for you. Because it doesn't have to be this way. I used to think budgeting was only for people who already had money. Like, why would I need a budget if I barely had enough to begin with? But then something clicked. I realized budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about direction. It's not about how much you have, it's about how you use what you have. And the truth? Most people don't need more money. They need more control. That's what budgeting apps can give you. And today I'm walking you through the top 3 tools that could totally change the way you see your money in 2025. I get it, there are a million budgeting apps out there and every one of them promises to change your life. But the real question is, which one will work for you? Not your banker friend, not some influencer, you. Because what works for a spreadsheet nerd might not work for someone who just wants things simple. That's why I'm not just listing features. I'm giving you real insights into what it actually feels like to use these apps day to day, with real-life bills and pressure and all the chaos that comes with modern money management. The first app I want to tell you about completely flipped my understanding of budgeting. When I downloaded it, I wasn't ready for what it would ask of me, but I needed that. I needed to stop guessing where my money was going. This app doesn't just track spending. It makes you assign every dollar a job: rent, groceries, gas, entertainment, savings. Nothing goes unaccounted for. It's intense at first, it makes you think. But then something happens. You start to feel this weird sense of calm. You start knowing, not hoping, that you've got enough for what matters. That kind of peace is priceless, and that's what this app delivers. Another app surprised me with how simple and honestly how fun it made budgeting. I used to hate tracking every little expense. It felt like punishment. But this one turned it into a challenge. Every time I saved money, it showed up like a win. It sent me gentle nudges. Hey, your electric bill's due tomorrow. Or you're about to overspend in dining out. It wasn't annoying. It was like having a smart friend who cares about your financial goals. And the best part? It helped me find over $400, 0 cents a year in subscriptions I didn't even remember signing up for. That alone made it worth it. It's like financial spring cleaning, but all year round. The third app I tried brought me back to basics, and I loved that. It reminded me of how my parents used to do it. They'd take out cash, put it in envelopes labeled with different categories, and only spend what was in each envelope. No overdraft, no surprises. This app took that old school idea and turned it digital. I could see each envelope filling and emptying as I spent. When the dining out envelope hit 0, that was it. No temptation to dip into other categories. It made budgeting feel real, tangible, and for someone just starting out, that kind of simplicity is gold. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Budgeting doesn't work unless it fits your personality. Some people need structure, some need automation, some need visuals. That's why I tested each app for weeks, in real life, with real income and real expenses. Not as a finance expert, but as someone who needed to stop the money leaks. What I found? These 3 apps, each in their own way, helped me break free from the cycle of paycheck to paycheck living. When I started budgeting, I expected to feel restricted, I expected to feel stressed, but instead I felt empowered, I felt focused, I felt like I finally had a plan. Each app gave me a different kind of power. One gave me control, one gave me clarity, one gave me confidence, and I want that for you too. Because when you know where your money is going, you stop being afraid of it. You start using it intentionally, powerfully. One of the biggest myths about budgeting is that it's boring. But these apps made it anything but. I actually started looking forward to checking my progress. I'd celebrate when I stayed under budget. I'd tweak categories like I was optimizing a game, and slowly, the numbers in my bank account started growing. Not because I was earning more, but because I was spending smarter. That's the magic, and it's available to you right now. Let me tell you what happened 3 months after I started using these apps. I had saved my first emergency fund, $1,000, 0 cents. That might not sound like a lot to some people, but to me it was freedom. It meant I didn't have to panic if my car broke down. It meant I didn't have to choose between groceries and electricity. It meant I had breathing room. That emergency fund was the first financial win I'd ever had, and it gave me the momentum to keep going. Since then, I've helped friends and family set up these same apps. I've watched them go from overwhelmed to in control. One friend found out she was spending $300, 0 cents a month on delivery food without realizing it. Another realized he was paying for 2 different music streaming services. Tiny leaks, but those tiny leaks were sinking their ships. After using the apps, they plugged the hole. They started saving, they started dreaming again. The thing is, these apps aren't just tools, they're habits in disguise. When you use them regularly, they train your brain to think differently about money. Suddenly, $20, 0 cents doesn't seem like whatever money. It becomes a decision. You start asking, do I want this now or do I want peace later? Do I want this item or do I want options? That shift changes everything. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I've tried apps before and I stopped using them after a week, and I hear you. I've done that too. But here's the secret. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. Even checking in once a week makes a difference. Make it part of your Sunday routine. Light a candle, put on music, plan the next. Turn it into a moment of peace, of pause, a reset. You'll be shocked at how powerful that small ritual becomes. Another tip? Don't keep the journey to yourself. Share it with someone, a friend, a partner, even in the comments. Accountability is a superpower. I once told my cousin I was doing a 30-day no-spend challenge. Every day we checked in, and we both made it through. She saved $600, 0 cents. I saved $480, 0 cents. We celebrated with a picnic, paid in cash. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Just start. Download one app, set one budget, track 1 week. That's all. Don't think about saving thousands. Think about making one strong money move today. Then repeat. The results will build, the momentum will grow, and before you know it, you won't just be budgeting, you'll be winning. Look, nobody taught us this in school. Most of us learned about money the hard way, through overdrafts, missed payments, and way too many I'll figure it out later moments. But now you have access to tools that can shift everything. These apps are like maps. You're still driving, but now you're not lost. And that alone can change your life. The fact that you're still here, still watching, tells me you're ready. You're not just curious, you're committed. You want to take control, you want to stop the stress. You want a system that works even when life gets messy. And that's exactly what these budgeting apps can give you. So let me ask you, which kind of budgeter are you? Do you want structure and intention? Go with the first app. Want automation and effortless cleanup? Try the second. Want simple hands-on control? The third's your move. Or test them all and see what fits. You don't have to marry the first one you try, you just have to try. I'll leave you with this. You are not bad with money. You just haven't had the right tools. And now you do. Download one, start today, check back in a week, and when you do, tell me what changed, because something will, I promise you that.